but I feel like I would actually lose out on like, I would lose out on the resensitization to deadlifting that I get whenever I switch to focus on squat.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think that squat carries over to deadlift, especially if you're squat or deadlifting conventionally. I don't know how you feel about that, but there seems to be more carryover than maybe deadlift to squat.
It's so build dependent. The ratio of like your torso, legs, and arms, and how that changes the mechanics of your lifts. So you mentioned that your lower back was too weak or weaker because you hadn't been deadlifting off the floor in a long time. I have never experienced that.
Really?
I came back from my hamstring tear and I had not deadlifted off the floor more than 135 in 2 years. And I have not gotten a single back tweak since I was about 6 months into lifting. Never, not one.
Yeah.
I learned how to brace properly with a belt. I never worried about it. But on the flip side, my hamstrings have always been really lacking because the longer your legs get, both in squat and deadlift, the more the weight is going to shift toward your hamstrings and your glutes.
Yeah.
And less off of your spinal erectors and your quads. So I do agree also that conventional translates more to the squat, or I guess the squat to conventional than sumo and any combination of those. But I also, have you seen the sumo video that I put up?
No, actually, I'm still going through your history. So yeah.
You're good. Yeah, no, I'm not expecting you to have watched every video or anything. Long story short, I think sumo is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And I listen, I have guys that I coach that pull sumo. You do whatever the fuck you need to win, because no one else is going to hold themselves back.
Yeah.
But my opinion is basically that you're kind of doing like, I don't know, you're kind of doing like a partial range of motion sort of, and it's sort of unfair because guys who have short arms and long torsos aren't going to get that much out of switching to the sumo.
Yeah.
But a guy like me, give me 2 months of technique practice, I'm pulling 675.
You're like morally opposed to it. Like you feel like you would get a big advantage, but you just don't feel like it's legitimate.
Well, I've got a lot of reasons. I do want to go into strongman eventually.
Nice. That's very cool.
So that's actually probably the main reason I don't switch to sumo. I am morally opposed to it, but it's not like, listen, if I'm gonna win something and the difference is between me spreading my legs and me not spreading my legs, there's a PG-13 channel. Don't take that any other way.
Yeah.
But
I think this channel has gone far past PG-13.
No, I know for a fact I would get a big boost out of sumo because when I deadlifted 315 for the first time conventional, I literally walked into the gym and did 345 sumo like it was air and I never touched it.
Wow. That's crazy because I feel like sumo it just feels so fucking weird. So for you to just be able to intuitively pick this up and you're 10% stronger.
Oh, and that was no belt either. 315 with a belt conventional versus, I get it. 30 pounds, big fucking whoop. But 30 pounds when you deadlift 315 versus now, what is that? It's a 60-pound jump for me.
So there's your 675 basically.
There you go. Yeah. They give me a deadlift bar too.
Oh man, you'd be 700. You're straight up to 700.
Yeah, there you go. Kabuki bar. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that either. The progress of equipment. You've probably seen it more than I have, to be honest. Because when I got into powerlifting, sleeves and a belt was already like the standard for powerlifting.
Yeah.
You probably
But the sleeves are basically wraps now, man.